Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Xtremetarot, where we do moon readings and zodiac readings. So today we're doing a zodiac reading for Leo. Okay, we are doing a messages from your person reading. All right, fun. So this is most likely for whoever is in no communication with their person, little to no contact, and we're just trying to get a sense of what your person would want to say to you. If they could speak openly. Where are my message cards? Oh, right here. I'm just going to get a few oracles to get a general overview of the situation between you and your person right now to see if it fits. So tap me into Leo's energy, spirit, and the energy between Leo and their person. What is the overall energy? And I'm so sorry, I haven't really been posting as much lately because my dad is staying with us, with me and my sister. We're taking care of him, so, and we will for this next week as well. So I'm gonna try my best, but it might be a little bit limited for a week or so. So, okay, let's see. What is the energy between Leo and their person currently? We have compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself. And oh, that's two. I'm sorry. And that's leadership. All right, let's just get one. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't like that. Tried to sneak in there. Okay. What is the energy between Leo and their person right now? Passion and growth. Okay. What is one card that could, I just almost want to say qualify. Tell me the energy. Okay. What's the main energy between Leo and their person right now? Spirit, which card? All right, we have Rebirth. And then that gentleness energy did end up coming through here. Be kind to yourself and others. That's a theme. So I feel like there's a lot of self-focus right now, even though you clearly are thinking about your person. But this is also reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, and create a new reality. So this is like the energy between the two of you, the situation, if you will. So I feel like that's what's going on. You both are maybe dealing with a lot of changes. It's interesting because like before we started this reading, before I started this reading, I was like an hour ago, I was like sitting in my room and I was just thinking about how like the energy of judgment, and how it really is. It's like Pluto energy, the energy of transformation and rebirth and blah, blah, blah. I don't know why it just like popped in my head. I was just like, oh, that's like, like I just like literally had that random thought. And it's funny. We got this rebirth. So it's reminding me of that judgment energy where it's like, whereas like death sometimes can be such a final like death, like nail in the coffin, like judgment to me really is that energy of like rebirth. I am getting that energy here where it's like, but this is also talking about like reinvent yourself. So I do feel like it's like a new day for each of you. I feel like this is the energy between the two of you, where you both could be kind of focusing on your own individual lives, which would make sense if you're in a separation. But I am getting like more of like a healthy way of dealing with this. I'm not getting like a frustration or like a fighting against. I'm getting a nurturing feeling, a sanctuary kind of a feeling, the way this unicorn is like nestled into this flower. Again, sort of like the energy of like Aries. We just had this Aries full moon, which is all about the self. And also like, you know, Aries are like the little babies of the zodiac. They're the first sign. So it's like this energy could have affected you guys in a way where you're wanting to maybe start some sort of a new, oh, I didn't mean to move that, where you're maybe starting something new in your career, something creative, something like a new workout routine, like something, you're doing something new. You could be trying to work out. You're reinventing yourself in some way, your style, your room, I don't know, could be anything, but you're just trying to like reinvent, maybe change up your energy a little bit here. Okay, let's see what else we have. What's going on between Leo and their person right now? I'm going to get like 4 of these oracles. Sorry, I didn't even give you the layout of the reading. Then I'm going to get message cards, like 8 of them, and then clarify them with tarot later. So, okay. What is the energy, current energy between Leo and their person right now? Whoa. Look to your inner strength. you are stronger than you realize. So I feel like there is that element of missing, the way that she's looking at this crystal ball. You could be seeking a lot of comfort in readings. If you're watching one right now, obviously, hello. But I feel that you maybe have had a lot of practice is what I'm getting here. Maybe like this is a more established connection here, where you feel like over time you have built up the strength in order to be able to withstand the separation with as least amount of anguish as possible, if that makes sense. I feel like maybe that wasn't always the case, but you are able to have this sort of the strength. But it's, again, I'm thinking of the strength card, that like feminine strength, where it's not like this brash showing, this forceful sort of a strength. It's just like a more passive feminine energy, receptive, like I'm strong enough to like trust in spirit and trust that whatever is happening is for a reason. I feel like you need constant reminders, as this is very difficult for you sometimes. Like you are trying to focus on yourself, but there's definitely that longing. And we have the number 11 here, which is reminding me of justice. It's like justice and judgment energy to me, but that energy of justice where you're trying to keep yourself balanced and not focus and let this connection be the be all and all of your life right now. Let me just get a Moonology card. And what is the energy between Leo and their person right now? What is the energy between Leo and their person right now? The current energy. We have your commitment is being tested. So there could be, again, like something that is like testing your inner strength here. Some sort of outside conditions where maybe it's just about you missing this person. Maybe it's some sort of temptation coming in your face to make you just to sort of, yeah, question, like, are you ready for this connection or not? Maybe spirit might be presenting an option or something like that. I want to clarify these with my emotional cards. I usually do that. So let's just get this one I'm a little bit confused on. But I feel like there's just some sort of a test coming in, from like a test, just there might be some sort of situation where you're needing to, you're feeling a little bit triggered, you're needing to draw on your inner strength, but what specifically that is, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see what is going on between Leo and their person right now. Okay, let's just get one. Sorry, that was two. What is, okay. Man holding a heart, and then caring connection. So there is definitely feelings involved here, and we have this rest and rejuvenation and the caring connection. So I think there's a sense of like during the separation, the care is still there. Definitely. Let me get my bag of, oh no. All right, we can't use that because they all just like fell out and I don't have time to like pick them all up. We'll use this for this rebirth energy. Mask. Okay, so maybe this is like the start of each of you deciding to start living life in a more authentic way. That's what this reinvention is. Even like, did you guys see that Ariana Grande thing where she was talking about how like her struggle with makeup and how she used to use it as like a way to like almost hide or whatever, like conceal. She didn't say conceal. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, sorry. Excuse me again. She didn't say conceal, but like hide or whatever she was saying. And she was saying now she like used it to enhance. She had said that she had gotten a bunch of like Botox and whatever lip fillers, but she was saying that her relationship with makeup is different now. She started crying. It's like, I just feel like that energy is like in the air right now, where people are sort of, sorry, let me just fix this light, where people are getting more comfortable with their real self and like their more authentic self. And this could be a theme that's playing out in this connection, where you're both learning to do that individually on your own in order to make both of you, each of you, more comfortable expressing your emotions later on. And I think this is something that does take strength. And I think there is a need to be separated while you both figure this out. And that could be what this test is about, sort of giving you the opportunity to express your true feelings, maybe to other people in your life, sort of a thing. Let's see, look to your inner strength. We have pump the brakes. So again, I feel that sense of longing, and also the acknowledgement that there is this separation, there is this distance, and maybe this has been a big distraction to you in the past, this connection. So you're having to come up with ways to keep yourself from obsessively or compulsively like thinking about this person, and more so focus on your own energy or something like that. Or the stagnation and the fact that nothing is happening in this connection could be a very frustrating experience for you. So that's why you're needing to draw on your strength. And I feel like you're doing an okay job here. I feel like even though you do feel weak sometimes, like this card is saying, like you're stronger than you realize. And a lot of the energy that you used to like expend like thinking about your person like is better used, like channeled into living your own life in the moment here. I feel like this is like what I'm getting mostly from this is like learning to be strong on your own here, while also learning to live a more authentic life and be more comfortable expressing the real you. This is what's going on for each of you, I feel. So your commitment is being tested. What is that? Libra energy. Libra is, again, all about our dealings with other people, our relationships with other people, like close people in our life. So, again, this could be presented as issues with other people where, and like, again, the theme of this Aries new moon that just passed, we could have seen a lot of these issues presenting themselves where opportunities where we need to express our true feelings about a situation, maybe with friends, with Libra, or even another relationship if either one of you is dealing with another connection. Even if it's not like an actual like relationship, it could just be like a situationship, a flirty thing. If you have like another, if there's any sort of interference while you are in separation with your person right now, it could be like, you know, someone is married or has another relationship and that's why there's the separation. You would most likely know about it, but it could be needing to set boundaries here, needing to authentically express that you know, this is ended, or like something like has to happen. There could be like almost like an ending of another connection that's like standing in the way, I'm getting. Because with Libra and commitment is being tested, it's almost like there could be like, for instance, like a marriage ending, something like that, where like there needs to be an expression of like, no, like this is over, and you might have to actually like say it to the person, or even if it's just a friend, like maybe even like a friendship is over, and this is about you recognizing what is good for you and what isn't. And then the man holding a heart, Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy to me is known as being a very cold energy. So this is also about learning how to, it's like you want to be, if you want to express yourself, but this could be your person. I feel like this might be your person if they are like a more cold energy. It might be quite a leap for them to go from that to like just openly expressing and like letting all this stuff like pour out of their mouth here. So they might be trying to figure out how to like make that transition from like this more Aquarius energy into like a more like, say like a Cancer energy or a more nurturing, expressive energy. And just figuring out what that means for them basically is what I'm getting. So, okay. I don't know. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. And honestly, lately in the collective, I have been noticing when I've been doing readings that there's really not much to say about the connection. I feel like this is a time where a lot of people are focusing on themselves and sort of distancing themselves, like with the pump the brakes energy. So I'm not surprised that this energy is coming through yet again. But all right, so let's see. But I feel like there is like, and like the reading that we got, number 3, is representative to me of like the 3rd house, which is that communication. So I feel like that communication is lacking right now. So that's why maybe this message wanted to come through for you guys. So, okay, Leo, what would your person most want to say to you? What would they most, that's too many. What would they most want to convey to you? Okay. What would Leo's person most want to, okay, that fell on the floor. It says, I am so sorry. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to move that over. Okay. What would Leo's person most want to convey to Leo? I feel so weak. And this is like, look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. So that makes sense if, you know, they're having to like draw on their strength for whatever reason right now. Why does this look so uneven? Hold on. Let me just take a quick look here. Sorry, guys. All right. I don't know. I'll just never get how to make this all centered. I'm so sorry. All right. How is Leo's person? What would they most want to say to Leo? Are we taking all of these? It's so hard for me to open up. I am trying. I think they are trying to figure it out. I love how you're not scared of anything. But look, I feel weak. Okay. I never meant to hurt you. You make me so happy. And I have a huge fear of intimacy. This is all pretty much lining up with what I was picking up on. So that's good. Okay. And let's get one more here. What would Leo's person most want to convey to Leo? That's 3. Okay. What would Leo's okay. I can see clearly now. All right. All right, guys. So, and we're going to clarify these with tarot as well. So I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt you, and maybe they hurt you by keeping their feelings concealed for you. I don't know why I keep wanting to say the word conceal. Well, we have the mask energy here, so maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're realizing like they couldn't even express the way that they truly felt because they don't even know how they feel. It's emotion, something that's not easy for them. Like it's hard for them to even get in touch with it to the point where like they even know, so let alone like to express it to somebody else. So maybe that's what's going on here. That's what they're trying to do. And maybe it doesn't seem like they're trying, like they're wanting to let you know, like I am trying, but again, like it's like with that Aries Libra energy, which is the energy of like the self, Aries versus others, Libra. It's almost like sometimes like when I think about those two energies, it's almost like being able to stand up for yourself, like stand up for your convictions. But like, how do you stand up for your convictions to others if you don't even know what your own convictions are? It's like that time is needed in order to like get right with yourself and figure out your own self. So maybe I think that's what they're trying to say. Like they are trying to open up, even though it may seem like they're not, because you're like, well, they haven't reached out to me. But it's because like maybe they're trying to get in touch with how they even feel, because they've even had this mask on when they like looked in the mirror, for example. But it's like, I think they're starting to realize this. If they were like wearing a mask, say it's like an energetic mask, like it's a protection, an energetic protection thing that they wear. It's like starting to like dissipate, and they're starting to see, I think, themselves clearly now. And that's what this whole rebirth mask energy is. Like, they're almost like, it's almost like their whole identity is like turned to smoke, and it's like reforming in a more authentic way, but it's like a process that takes time is how I'm feeling. So what are we going to use today? I usually use, Oh, I've been using Mystic Monday, so let's just use that. Or you know what? I'm sorry. I'm like more drawn to use this. Rider, Radiant, whatever this is called. Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Or the Louis Vuitton Tarot, as I like to call it, because I just feel like that looks like Louis Vuitton, even though it's not Louis Vuitton. Okay. So I am so sorry. Oh, that's too many. Well, I feel like, okay, like I am so sorry. You know what? I'm going to keep those because I feel like, and then the Queen of Cups here. It's almost like that's what they're sorry for. I think that they sort of, maybe we're in this hyper masculine energy and refused to open up to you, because it's like the Emperor versus the Queen of Cups is making me think that you maybe tried to open up to them, or you were expecting some sort of communication from them or something. The way that she's sitting there holding her cup almost reminds me of someone like looking at their phone, but I feel like you never heard from them and you had no choice but to move on from them. I'm going to keep the Emperor because I feel like that's like the strongest message. No, I don't know. Let's do this Six of Swords. I'm sorry. I'm probably driving you nuts. It's not going to look right if I put two cards there. So let's do that. Okay, the Six of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you left them. I think that's what they're sorry for, leaving you no choice but to move on with your life here. Like they maybe left some sort of turmoil in their wake that you sort of had to deal with on your own. And I think they do feel bad about that. And they wish that they could have opened up to you a little bit, but they were in this sort of hyper masculine energy, this sort of Emperor energy that could be something to do with the mask that they created, a very hyper masculine. Think about Aries energy. An Aries male is very, I would say, it prideful. Like I know that they say that Mars energy is the more like immature masculine energy, so it's almost like trying to pretend to be like a big mature man, but it's like coming from an immature place sort of. And they say like when the Aries, it's not Aries, but Mars energy transitions into like Sun energy, that's a more mature masculine energy. So I feel like they were in a more immature masculine energy, like a distorted masculine energy, that made it almost impossible for them to even feel their feelings, let alone share them with you. All right, I feel so weak. I think they feel like ill-equipped to deal with, I don't know, like maybe facing the truth of themselves, facing their own insecurities. Maybe like they're dealing with a lot of the reasons why they're getting into like the nitty-gritty here of why they felt compelled to like create this mask, this persona in the first place. Again, this sort of colder Aquarian, like King of Swords sort of an energy here, that Emperor energy. And they're like, I think now coming to the end of this cycle here, where they're having to face all of this, and it is like making them feel weak, and it's almost like they have to go backwards to go forwards. They have to feel weak in order to build up actual strength. Like this fake strength that they had was like almost an act. It wasn't genuine. It wasn't rooted in any like firm foundation. And it's like they're having to like, it's like a tower energy where they're having, not tower, but maybe like a death energy where they're having to like, I guess the tower, yeah, where they're having to let this tower crumble in order to like build it back up again, but on like a solid foundation. But I'm getting like the ending here, feeling the weight of everything that happened, the burden, maybe not even just with you, but with other people as well, like of their behavior. And I feel like they're ashamed and feel very guilty about it. Yeah, we have this orange energy here. So I feel like the guilt is weighing on them. But I also feel like this person needs to give themselves a break, because again, they weren't even like, they didn't even know like who they were. So it's like, I mean, I don't think they had the capacity do that. And they're trying, like, that's all they can do is try. I mean, I get it that it would probably like piss you off, whatever happened here between you guys, but I don't think they had any ill intentions. But at the same time, like, I do feel like you were left with no choice but to leave. And it's like, they have a similar, I don't think either one of you were happy with the separation. It's like you moved on here with your head hanging down. They walked off with their head hanging down. Like, you know, I think it's important for both of you to recognize that, I think this distance was created for a reason. It's so hard for me to open up. I am trying. That's 2. Okay. It's so hard for me. Okay. Let's see. Can I have one card, please, to clarify? It's so hard for me to open up. I am trying. Thank you. We have the 2 of Cups. I mean, I feel like this is what they're trying to do, is to authentically connect with you emotionally. But again, it's like they're on this solo journey first. I think, have spent a lot of time, again, trying to get to know themselves, trying to reflect on their past behavior. And at this point, their love for you is kind of keeping them continuing on this path here, keeping them, like, the feelings that they have for you. I think once they were able to, I think they've sat with this a long time, and sometimes they feel hopeful about it, and sometimes they feel very upset and guilty. Again, that head in the hands, that head down, we're seeing a lot of that. It's almost like they don't know how they could, like, look you in the eyes. And oh, I was hearing a song right before when I was shuffling, right before I pressed record. It was You Are the Woman by Firefall. So I don't know. And I feel like there is I was hearing the part, what the heck was it? I don't even remember what part I was hearing. It wasn't this part though, but I'm thinking about it now, where it's like, it's hard to tell you all the love I'm feeling. That's just not my style. You have a way to send my senses reeling every time you smile. So I don't know. There's just something there where it's like, it really isn't their style, like, to like open up like that. But the way he's like tentatively like reaching out to touch the cup here, it's like they want to, they don't know how. And again, this always represents the Fool here, this gentleman. So it's like, this is like a new experience for them. This feels like taking a big risk in order for them to like, to do this. Okay, what else? I love how you're not scared of anything. Judgment energy. Yeah, I was sort of getting that energy from the beginning here. So maybe they feel like you're not afraid to like fearlessly reveal yourself, and they're like, how do you do that? Like, they feel like you're not afraid to express how you feel, like loud and proud. They feel like you'll talk about, like, you'll open, like the way that these people are naked, like you're not afraid to be vulnerable, whereas they're masked, they're wearing a mask. And even like the energy of birth, when you think about when you're born, you're naked too. And we have this like child here. So it's almost like they're like a child, that Fool energy, where they're without all the armor, without these protective energetic barriers or what protections, I guess. I don't know. Like, how do they navigate in the world? Like, what does that look like? That's what they're discovering. But they're also taking note of the way that you are, and that you're not afraid to just be yourself. You're not afraid to face other people's judgments and criticisms. So maybe that's something that they struggle with. They're like, how do you not care? Like, I care, but they feel like you're very emotionally fulfilled. Like, you almost don't need anybody else. You have this sort of satisfaction where you're almost like the boss of your own life, and you don't care, where maybe they're just more at the mercy of other people. And again, that's maybe what's being tested here, is their ability to stand up and be who they truly are without maybe worrying so much what other people think. I think they see you doing that effortlessly, and it makes them feel a little bit inferior or something like that. But they also are very admiring of it at the same time. I think they're very like in awe of you, like for being able to do that, because especially now that they're like trying to do that, they see how hard it is, or how much strength it takes. But also maybe in the past they may have almost criticized you for being that way, or almost like kind of had an adverse reaction to that energy in you, whereas if you were fearlessly expressing yourself, they were kind of like, okay, like, that's weird that you would do that, but it's only because they were maybe so uncomfortable doing it themselves. I never meant to hurt you. What are they trying to say by that? Knight of Wands. Okay, I think that's maybe a way that they've hurt you. Oh, this just fell off the back of the deck. The Queen of Wands. I feel like they maybe came at you. Okay, like I'm seeing this, like maybe you guys were friends. We have the Three of Cups here. You were in the same social circle or something like that. And they maybe their behavior did something to really like end the friendship in a very bad way, in a very shocking way. Like the Devil, and then the Ace of Cups, where maybe it like seemed like the beginning of maybe a sort of romantic era for the two of you, where you were going to start like a new, again, like, I don't know, maybe you're going to transition this friendship into a relationship, but their behavior, they were in this Devil energy, again, this hyper distorted masculine energy that sort of caused the relationship to crumble here. But again, it's sort of that feeling of how they had to do that for their own self, crumble this tower. This was on the back of the deck, sorry. How they had to crumble this tower to, or like just within themselves in order to build up a more firm foundation. The same like had to happen within your connection because they weren't authentic. So it's like you both had to sort of like go your separate ways, like we were seeing here. Even though it didn't feel good, I think this was for purpose because you were chained to like an illusion here. You thought that like maybe you were coming at this authentically, but like maybe you weren't. Maybe there was something here, like your interactions weren't authentic. Maybe you were operating out of fear of losing this person, and you weren't speaking up like about their Knight of Wands behavior or something like that. So they never meant to hurt you, but also I feel like because of the way that they were in and out, if you were kind of like allowing that and not speaking up that you didn't like this behavior, for example, that you were operating from a place of fear, and like the connection, like the foundation was like shoddy. So I feel like it had to be destroyed in order to build it up again. Like with Judgment, again, that rebirth energy, like the masks had to go and we have to like build it up from a more authentic place, starting with ourselves. All right, you make me so happy. Oh, that's two. I just want one. But these two cards keep coming out. You make me so happy. What? Okay, so I think upon reflection, that's something that this person has realized here with the Ace of Swords. Maybe they've taken a look back and realized that the most authentically happy that they've really been is when they've been with you, even if you were just friends and you never even had a romantic interaction as of yet. They're just realizing that that's something that they want to explore, that's something they want to invest in. I'm so sorry. That's something that they want to, yeah, I don't know. Let me see. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like maybe this energy being taken away by like this whole tower death energy that we were talking about. It's almost like an absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like you can't miss someone unless they go away, kind of a thing. So it's like they've really had time to think things through and sift through their emotions here. I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting a vibe that they've been keeping busy, maybe doing work with their hands, and it's allowed them time to really like think back. I feel like I'm getting a sense of anxiousness here where they're like, oh, like this person really made me happy. I think they've reflected on the past and the way that they've treated you and things like that. And I think they've, but I'm more so I'm getting, yes, they felt guilty and stuff like that, but I'm more so getting that they like look back on their times with you as like very happy times in their life, times that they want to have more of in the future with the Seven of Pentacles. I have a huge fear of intimacy. Okay, this is like too many. I have a huge fear of intimacy. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. It's, again, sort of an energy, like this can be a sort of selfish energy where maybe they were kind of racking up notches in their belt here, notches in their bedpost, sort of, instead of pursuing any sort of intimate, deep relationships with the High Priestess, they were having superficial interactions with people, and maybe like you're someone that they treated in that way. And I think they want you to know that it was coming from a place of, I guess, fear, but I don't know if they realized it at the time, but I think they're realizing it now, that their aversion to intimacy was also part of this whole mask scenario that was going on, and they weren't able to really give you that at the time. They were in more of a selfish energy, and they can see that now. They can see that now. Two of Pentacles, yeah, again, similar to this. They're very much like mulling this over. They're very much realizing maybe that you did have to move away, erect a sort of barrier between them, and they completely understand why. I feel like I'm noticing the hats on here, like they're in their mental energy and really thinking about what has gone on between you. I think they're weighing both sides of the situation. They're looking at the way that they've acted. They're looking at the way you've acted towards their energy. And I think realizing too that they didn't really give you much of a choice. Their energy, I think they're looking back on their behavior and also at yours, yeah, and just really understanding where you were coming from, where I don't think they were able to see that in the past. Like I said, I think they had an adverse reaction to your energy, especially if you were saying like, it's not right for you to treat me this way, or why are you doing this, or if you called them out on their behavior. I don't think that they could handle that, and they maybe like kind of clapped back or had some sort of defensive energy towards you or something like that. And I think they're reflecting on all of these things, like the ups, the downs, how happy you make them, how their fear played a role, how they weren't authentic, how they weren't able to open up, how they didn't even know themselves. Like a lot of this is like coming up. So they're very much deep in thought right now. So if they're not reaching out to you, they do want you to know that there is work going on behind the scenes, or at least spirit wants you to know that. And okay, so finally let us get a few more with some tea leaves to see like what could be coming up next for this connection. What can the Leos expect? Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. In this context, I'm going to take this as this rebirth energy. This is like a new beginning, but I also think it's in the very baby stages where like it's like this, it's like a little baby that needs like tender loving care by this person. But I think this is good. This is like but even like a baby would be weak and needs protection and nurturing. I don't know. It's like this isn't ready to like be out in the world yet. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. This person is doing a lot of thinking. And I think there's still more work to be done here. Pig, beware of greed. I think this is more of an energy that they were in the past, but maybe that could be saying that their past behavior might become present again soon. They might have like go back and forth, like up and down, and waver between the hills, obstacles to overcome. Okay. And torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I definitely was getting this vibe, but that's, again, that's never an easy path. Oh, okay, I'm going to become enlightened. Let me walk from point A to point B. It's really not like that. We got to go through the forest. We got to go up this hill and down. Like we get lost. We find our way again. Our commitment is being tested. We falter, we slide backwards, and then we, take 2 steps back, go 1 step forward. And work, achievement, and success. It is going to be overcome. It's just going to take time. And we also have flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. I think there's going to be tests and temptations along the way. But it's going to be like each time they overcome it, it's going to be like another success, another little victory that's going to contribute. Mountain road, you are on the road to success. Yeah, I do see them overcoming this. It's just going to take time. Hat, you will be playing a different role. So this is them trying on different hats, trying to figure out who they are. I was noticing the hat, so it's funny that came out. Whereas here they're wearing armor. I'm noticing here that like more of their face is being revealed as we go. So that's good. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please let me know by liking, commenting, or subscribing to my channel. I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are, and I will catch you in the next reading. Okay, bye.